What's going on YouTube? My name is Oscar, aka iChops, and I'm here to do just a quick video review of this amazing, really incredible and innovative book that I just got my hands on recently, just about a week ago. I want to say like 5-6 days ago. I'm just gonna say a week. It's this book. I can't even bring into words how amazing it is. This really, I've been involved in percussion, mainly marching percussion. The majority of my life. I'm 25 years old now, and I've been just about 14-15 years, so roughly when I was 10-11 years old, I started really becoming a drummer. I started getting interested in it, started playing a lot. A little quick brief background of my marching, like my drumming career. I did a little bit in middle school. In high school I obviously did marching, the marching band. I did snare drum. My senior year I played tenors. And then in 2010, the summer of 2010, I actually had the privilege of marching with the Jersey Surf Drum and Bugle Corps on snare drum. If you actually look up some of those videos, I'm the shortest snare drummer, the shortest drummer actually in the entire drum line. But anyway, that's just a little bit about me as far as drumming goes. But this book, so I bought this book, like I said, just about a week and a half ago. It came pretty quick actually. It came within it shipped the very next day, to my surprise, and then I got it about 3 days after that, so it took overall like about 4 days, maybe 5, give or take, to get here. It was on a BOGO sale, buy one get one, and I also got these 3 little cool stickers. You know, why not, right? I'll put it on something, maybe one of my 10,000 pads that I own. And I also got another book, which is really like incredible as well. This book, The Grid Book Volume 2, Book 1. This really, it's called Timing and Independence. It focuses a lot on mainly concert percussionists, drum set players, really. It breaks down a whole bunch of fundamentals, different techniques, things of that nature. Really, honestly, there are a lot of books like that, but there's not a lot of books like this one, because not a lot of people will like practice or, you know, playing grids on a drum set. You wouldn't really think that you'd be practicing grids on a drum set. You'd be like practicing like different movements on drums, what have you. But this really breaks down a whole bunch of stuff like that on the actual drum set. This is a little bit of a smaller book than the book that I'm really here to talk about. So I'm going to put this one aside for right now. I'll do a future video talking about this book a little bit more, but for right now I'm going to put this to the side. And these little stickers I'll put over here. But getting to the book that I really want to talk about. Now, before I move on anymore, I just want to say I'm not sponsored by any of the people or any of the parties, any of the companies, or anyone at all that had anything to do with the publication of this book, the writing of this book. I am not a sponsor. I'm just doing this video independently because really this kicked... like I said, I've been a percussionist for about 15 years now, but this book, when I got it, it really like kicked more motivation in me and more like passion for percussion that I've had, or maybe that I've been missing for a few years. Ever since I marched Jersey Surf, I've just been really like drumming independently, making a few videos, as you guys might see on my channel. I also did have the privilege this past summer of teaching a high school marching band, drumline. But really, when I got this book, it kicked so much of that passion back in me, and you wouldn't think. I never really thought, because really I've been a percussionist, like I said, 15 years now. I never really thought there would be so much more that I could learn. Not saying that, not trying to be cocky and saying that like I knew everything. No, you can always benefit from learning more. You should never stop learning anyway with whatever that you do. But this book, really, there's so many different things on here. There's so many like things that I would have never known, never thought about, or never really have like practiced without this book. Really, all I do, I practice like exercises and like show music, and like I said, I'll post videos like drumming to some music, freestyling. But anyway, to get to this book is broken down into 3 different components, 3 different parts. Basically revolved around grids and different like exercises around grids for buzz exercises, dittos, and flams. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the greatest when it comes to buzzes, so I kind of like when I first started like reading this book and playing through it, I went straight to the dittos and the flams. The buzzes, they're a little bit harder for me personally, but this book is helping me with that. It is very, to me personally, it's very hard to just like sit there and practice buzz exercises, because to me personally, like I said, they're not as fun, but I do know that it is a crucial, you know, component to my overall drumming. And I did play a lot of these, the grids revolved around buzzes. They are a little bit harder for me personally. Some of you might find it easier, I don't know. But it has helped me a lot. Now this book, like I said, Volume 1, Book 1, Accents Down. Basically what happens in this book is it takes you through so many different grids of 3 partials. What I mean is like triplets, like check it, the different variations of like accents and flams revolved in that, or like with buzzes. It also goes through 16th notes, chugga-digga, and it also breaks down compound gridding, which is, it's a little bit more complicated. I'll explain that in a further, in a future video, because those, to me at least, they're a little bit more complicated than like a standard like triplet or 16th note pattern, simply because of like the timing of the measures and what you're actually like playing. But anyway, I'll really quick. I'll play one of the just a standard 16th note grid with dittos and accents. Now the ditto, what I'm gonna play, you'll see, is the ditto will always stay on beat 1 of the measure, and now I'll be changing different accents, like accent on 1, ditto on 1, accent 2, ditto on 1, accent on 3. You know, you'll see what I'm talking about. A lot of you already know what a grid is, but what I'll play is basically going to give you an idea of what this book does, and like I said, with 16 notes, triplets, compound gridding, buzzes, a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, I'm just gonna get into it. I'm gonna play like a nice calm tempo. 1, 2, ready, and. Now, I messed that up. That's why I stopped and I kind of like choked. I messed that up. So anyway, here we go. There we go. That's what I meant to play the first time. I don't know what I did the second time, but anyway, that doesn't matter. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea of what this book does. There's so many different variations. Obviously, you can play that same exact grid that I played, changing the accents from 1, 2, 3, and 4, but you can have the ditto on maybe the second partial of that 16th note on the. So a 16th note is 1 E and so you can have the ditto on the E, so 1 E and 1 E and. And you can also do the same thing like with triplets. That's basically what this book will show you. It's so much. Obviously, this book is humongous, as you can see. That I'm flipping through the pages. It's about like 700 pages, something like 702. Yeah. So it's 702 pages of just pure like so many amazing grids. It'll take you obviously from like the simplest, and it'll start getting a little bit more complex. Like I said, the buzzes, they're actually fun to play once you start getting it down, but for me personally, like I said, it's just buzzes are a little bit harder for me because I've never personally have ever performed or like practiced any like buzz exercises. So just playing stuff like that in this book, it really kind of like it motivated me to get a lot better with buzzes, which I have been slowly doing. And then also, like I said, the flams. The third part of this book, the flam exercises through like 16th notes, different accents. Those can be a little bit tough as well, because you really have to make sure in the flams that you're practicing like proper technique. Which kind of, now that I talk about that, the purpose of this book really is to do things right when you're playing as a percussionist, not just to play them, because anyone can really, like, if you're in the marching world or whatever, anyone can play like triplet, flam, you know, anyone can do this. But what this book teaches you is to do different variations of that and performing it and playing it right, instead of like, you know, because I see a lot of percussionists out there really that will just like dive straight into things and not really get the fundamentals of like a flam, having the accent, you know, not the accent, the grace note, having that like, you really have to work through a lot of that stuff. I'm not really warmed up, so I'm not playing the best right now. Sorry about that. But that's basically what this book will do for you, really. It'll kind of like change your perspective a little bit of what you already know. Even if you are someone who's watching this video that's marched like one of the top drum corps out there, maybe you march Blue Devils, I don't know, maybe you're watching this video and you're someone who marched Blue Devils and you get a hold of this book, it's actually going to change your perspective a little bit, in my opinion at least. I think it will, of what you already know, what you've already played, and then you're going to go back into those exercises and those show musics that you performed, and you're gonna feel so much more better about it, and your skill level will actually go up. This book is for any skill level, any style of percussionist, really. Whether you're a beginner, if you just started, you know, playing like a couple of months ago, last week, whatever, or if you're like me, you've been playing now for like a couple of years, 10, 15 years, what have you. This book really can be for you. This book is for anyone who is in the percussion world. I highly recommend it. Like I said, I'm not saying that because I'm sponsored, or I don't have any affiliation with any party in this book. I just purchased it because I saw different videos. I follow these guys, the authors, John Luvera and Mark Perret. I follow them on Instagram and on Facebook, and I saw a lot of information about this book, and I was just like, wow, you know, there's really nothing else like it. There's a lot of books out there that will like teach you different like exercises and might break down a little bit of gridding, but there's not really a book like this that will really take you through every single component, every aspect of gridding, really. And that's basically like the fundamentals of drumming. Anything that you do, whether you're marching this year in a top drum corps, this book really is like the fundamentals of whatever it is that you're playing in your show music, really. So that's why I recommend it. I'm really happy that I got my hands on it. Like I said, yeah, this book, go out and get it. You know, just go out and get it. Don't take it really from me. Just don't watch this and be like, oh well, he's not explaining it too well, so I'm not going to get it. No, just go ahead and purchase it. It might be slightly pricey, however, it is worth it considering the amount of work that all the people involved in this book really put in to bring this out there. They're really doing huge things for the percussion world. I highly recommend you seek them out. The Grid Book series, like I said, the authors are John Luvera, Mark Perret. Seek them out, follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook, do some research on this book, do more research on gridding, and get your hands on this book. There also is a second part to this book, Volume 1, Book 2, which will go into more advanced gridding, and it also gives you like some exercises to practice on some of those advanced griddings. It also has some like licks and etudes that you can play in there that are pretty fun. I saw some of the videos. I don't own that book yet. What I want to do is really like kind of sort of master this book before I go ahead and purchase the other one. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it kind of helped you a little bit. Like I said, this book is, if you're a beginner, this book is for you. If you're in an advanced level or like a drum corps style level, this book is for you. Please get this book. I highly recommend it. Anyway, this has been my quick review of this book. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel for more cool videos that I'll be posting. I'll also be taking any requests that maybe anyone might have, any questions that you have. I'll do some videos like breaking down some more stuff. Maybe I'll do like a purely just grid video of different buzzes, diddles, and flams. I'll do that if anyone wants to see that. But anyway, this has been my video review of the Grid Book series, Volume 1, Book 1. I hope you enjoy. Like I said, subscribe to my channel, write down any comments down below. And let me know what you guys think. If you already have this book, let me know what it's done for you. I really would like to hear that. So anyway, this is Oscar, aka iChops. I hope you guys have a great day. See you.